let me say a special good morning to everyone who's listening and viewing. How is everybody doing this morning? Hope all is well, especially those of you who are viewing via GBN TV, whether it's Channel 7, Channel 11, or Channels 20. Good Monday morning, the 12th day of December. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me say good morning to my listeners via K105.5, K105.9. Hope all is well. Hope everybody had a great weekend and looking forward towards a positive week ahead of us. And certainly hope that all will roll out just well. Hope it could be an incident-free week for some reason or the other. I'm just feeling that particular way. You know, it just rolls out to be an incident-free week. Let's say good morning to our social media audience this morning. Those of you via our Facebook page, those who are viewing, listening via our YouTube channel. Hope all is well with you this lovely Monday morning. Yes, I'm good. You know, Friday was a little off on Friday for some reason or the other. Like, flu was trying to attack me, but I had that battle taken care of over the weekend, and suddenly feeling a whole lot up and about this morning in terms of feeling better, I should actually say. So, folks, we don't have a guest in studio with us today. For some reason, there's no guest. I'm not expecting we're going to have maybe the police coming up on Thursday, but for a vast majority of this week, there's no guest that's on the schedule. So, which means you, the listening and viewing audience of, you have the opportunity to chime in a whole lot for this week. Get a whole lot off your chest. There's been so much going on lately, and I certainly know that you would like that opportunity to talk about it, give you, as folks would say in local talk, give you 2 cents about issues that surrounding this beautiful island. You know, lots have happened last week. Budget presentation, we had a debate for the budget. There's probably something about that you want to get on with this morning or talk about. I will certainly give you that option to do that this morning. As usual, as I beg of you all the time and nobody listens, please keep your comments short as possible. All right, just get it to the point and get it over with. Let's go in with our first caller this morning and say good morning to the caller. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Mr. GT, I think you knew it was me.
If I thought it was you. Maybe I knew.
Yeah, because you know what? I saw the smile. And you say, it's she.
How you doing? How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good, JT. I'm doing good.
How was your weekend?
Very good.
All right, nice. Nice.
JT, I want to say, I have 2 points. I'm making it very short. Normally I take people, the seniors, to the hospital. And for the past time, I'm sure you hear me complain, if you remember, about the condition where in the waiting room, when it's raining and the wind is blowing, there is beyond like a tent, what you see in the movie from Africa. Right. I remember calling on the Minister of Delma Thomas, and I remember those words, seeing Minister Steels was out there busy with the COVID. I asked her please to take a walk and even clean up there. Well, nothing was done under her watch. But I took somebody there Saturday. When I went there, see, they closed. So somebody said to me, no, they moved on to the other side. So I went up there, and I tell you, congratulations. The place, I mean, it take me back to abroad. And the service, they have a section for the children. When you get there, it's like 10, 15 minutes wait, So people don't line up, and the place is cool. And you know what?
So you actually talking about the new section that has been opened there now for the emergency department?
Yes.
Okay.
And you know what brought my mind back? For so many years. It's not a new building they put on there 6 months ago. That building has been there for years. And we were suffering. I remember one time had to take the seat covering of my car and cover one of the seniors while we were waiting to see the doctor.
All right.
And I mean, for all these years we were suffering down there like that. Jetty, why?
Well, I'm assuming you happy that the new wing is opened and
very much. I have to say congratulations to, you see,
more comfortable for everyone who's using and so forth, all right?
Wait, hold on. The leader of the nation, if you don't have the wisdom, all of us perish. Now, other thing I want to say, this present Prime Minister make an open statement about money transaction with a passport. Now, GT, I don't see anything wrong. I believe what he said, but I don't see, in my humble opinion, anything wrong with his sending monies 2, 3, 4 places, because as far as I know, it's not illegal. But I mean, when the opposition leader said no, that never happened. Now remember, he did not say nothing wrong with splitting the money, going here and there. He did not say that. He said that never happened. Bring the evidence, and also, Mr. Joseph, say on your program, bring the evidence. Now the evidence is out. The thing, what I'm thinking, the Prime Minister then knew, and he still made demands for the receipt, for the evidence, when he knew now that the transaction was made. Mm-hmm. So, JT, I really don't understand. Because if you understand what I'm saying, there is nothing wrong, in my understanding, to send half money here or there. Maybe that's the way it has been done. But if you come in and say that was never done, and you make demands, please bring the evidence, because these things never happen. Now the evidence is there. I don't know how to put it together. I don't know.
I think the opposition leader actually did ask for the cabinet conclusion. I think that's what he asked for. Yeah.
But my thing is, JT, he knew that he must have known that the money was separated. Remember, I did not say he knows nothing about that, if it was. And it's not illegal, in my understanding, to send money here and there, as far as I know. Mm-hmm. Humble to correction. But when he make demands for the evidence that it was done, meaning that was never done. So he directly called the present Prime Minister a liar.
Okay.
So now the evidence is there, so I don't know how to put it together, GT.
All right. Have a good morning.
Thanks, you too.
Have a good morning. Have a good morning. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's enough to get on to the point this morning. Another open line, of course, segment we're having today, which means you callers out there, I shouldn't say callers, you listeners and viewers, let me get that right. Listeners and viewers out there, you have the option of calling in this morning, share your views and concerns. Let's go back to the phone line, grab another caller. Caller, good morning, welcome.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Telesford.
Good morning to you, sir.
I trust that all is well with you. Mr. Telesford, I want to clarify something. Mm-hmm. And I think it is true I can't see, but I hear very well. When the issue related to this $290,000 on a transaction was disclosed by the leader of the country, I never heard him say that it was a deal for a diplomatic passport. He did not say that. The deal was for a position of ambassador at large.
You're correct.
Now, it may be obvious that when one is appointed as an ambassador at large, he or she may obtain a diplomatic passport. But that's not what the man said. So I think we should be clear on what was said. The other thing is this. There's a lot of talk going around there whether or not there is a cabinet, and a brother this morning made a statement, you may not have heard it, whether or not it was a cabinet submission or a cabinet conclusion. Because, of course, the issue has to be placed before the cabinet, before to a submission. And then we hear the leader of the opposition in his wisdom, being on top of the mountain and being the father of the parliament, calling for the cabinet conclusion. It may be just factual that he knows there is no cabinet conclusion, but here comes the question as he ducks away from that. Why was 150 grand paid to the coffers of the consolidated fund? This Polish man loves Grenada so much, or loves Grenada that much? It's interesting. I think what he's doing is sinking himself deeper into his own excrement. Thank God this country has been relieved from the leadership of the neo-Nazi party. and that we should make a pledge to ourselves, Grenadians, pay attention, that they shall never return to political office in this here country. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. They shall never, we shall never allow them to return to political office in this here country. I want to end by saying this because to me it's extremely important while I wind up. Only recently again in the cabinet, this goodly gentleman got there protecting the poor, vulnerable, marginalized, indigent, and hungry-mouthed people of this here country. Now these, hold on a while, let me clarify. These adjectives are their own adjectives used by them during the last 9 years. In other words, in 2013, when they took political office, the people of this country, a great portion, qualified as the aforementioned adjective. But listen to me, he's blaming a new administration of 5 months old, or not blaming, but challenging them to continue to protect these said people. I won't repeat the 5 adjectives. Tell me something. Who is responsible for maintaining these people in this position for all these years? Suck that lollipop, Keith Mitchell. Suck it. Have a nice day, Mr. Telesford.
You too, Mr. Rollo. Have yourself a good morning, sir. 435-2041. Always interesting comments there from Mr. Rollo, as always. 435-2041. And we're going back to the phone line to entertain another caller. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Mr. Telesford, good morning.
Good morning to you, my dear. How are you?
Good. Season greetings to you and yours.
Same to you.
Mr. Telesford, there was never a day in the life of the past administration, doesn't matter how much years or how many years they were in office, you never get the truth from them. Well, at the end of their days now, does anyone expect something truthful from these people? And I think Keith Mitchell should show more respect to the parliament and to the laws of this man. This man is so ill-disciplined, and I believe they were just trying to cover up things. They know they got the money, and they know Keith Mitchell is never honest. So it's time, all of us going down in age and time is passing. We need to change our ways, our attitude, and everything. Keith is a very dishonest man. Have a good day, Mr. Telesford.
You too, caller. Have a great morning. And thank you so much for your contribution this morning. We're moving down to 13 minutes after 9 o'clock local time here in the Spice Isle. Let's go back to the phone line. Get another caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, good point from the last caller. Yes, so when you're dishonest, hiding people money under the carpet, now you're exposed because they're giving money to give them poor people and you're not giving them but anything, giving them back to you on the air.
Thank you so much also, caller, for your contribution this morning. 435-2041. And those of you trying to send us a WhatsApp for some reason, have to get the WhatsApp sorted out this morning. Seems to be not functioning properly this morning for whatever reason. I'm going to have that sorted out. Hope to get that sorted out shortly. 435-2041. Also, let me take a peek at the Facebook page this morning in terms of comments via the Facebook page. Let's see anything that needs to be thrown up this morning. Anything that needs to be thrown out via the Facebook page. Let me see. Taking a peek at the comments. Most of the comments are just basically generalized statements folks are making. Nothing that needs to be thrown out on air. And time check, folks, 50 minutes after the hour this morning. Let's take our very first break. And we come back and entertain more of your phone calls. 435-2041. That's a number to get on live on air. To the point for today, Monday. We're coming right back after the break.
Let's mingle and jingle.
You mean jingle and mingle, right?
Does it really matter? Mingle and Jingle, the mid-morning program that will drive the Christmas season. Weekdays from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on Classic Radio, GBN Television, and all GBN social media platforms.
It's where the deals of the season are. bar, where the Christmas music is played, holiday traditions are relived, and where all the fun is.
Mingle and Jingle.
Or Jingle and Mingle. Mid-mornings from November 14th to December 23rd only on the GBN network.
Made possible by
Flow,
Wester Hall Rums,
Hard On Plus,
Judy Fruit Caribbean Holdings,
Ace Hardware,
Gittins Healthcare, and
Grenville Credit Union.
Following the COVID-19 vaccination, some people may experience side effects such as soreness at the injection site, chills, nausea, body aches, or a fever. But these symptoms go away after a few days. These side effects are a result of your immune system responding to the vaccine and are not a sign that you are sick with COVID-19. The COVID-19 vaccines will not give you COVID. When you receive your vaccine, the health worker will advise you what to take if you are experiencing any of these side effects. Remember, these mild side effects cannot compare to you not being able to share memorable moments with your family and friends if you fall gravely ill from COVID. Vaccines bring us closer. Choose to get vaccinated.
Say welcome back to our listeners and viewers this morning to the Point Open Line edition for today, Monday, the 12th day of December. And let's go to the phone line and entertain our caller, very first caller in this segment of the program this morning. Let's go over and say good morning to the caller. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Telesford.
Good morning to you, my dear. How are you?
I'm good. First, I want to say that school is officially on vacation, so I urge our parents to please ensure that our young ones are in proper supervision, proper care to ensure that, all goes well. And my heart goes out to the gentlemen that got hurt in an accident while performing their duty in this time of, Christmas when we have so much to do in terms of cleaning and throwing out garbage and so.
All right.
So, let us road users and drivers, please drive with caution and please be mindful of these people that are out there from as early as 4 o'clock to, keep our nation's street clean. Let us remember them, and I do hope that, they do have a speedy recovery. And my takeaway from the budget, I must indeed say that I'm extremely pleased to hear of the newcomers' deliberation. I believe that they honestly did well. And to those who were there before, they gave a good account of themselves too. But I was extremely pleased with the debate from the newcomers. Have a great day, Mr. Telesford, and God bless you. Thank you.
Have a great day yourself, caller. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's the number to be part of To The Point. If you would like to go on air live, you have some comment that you would like to make, I will certainly entertain you via your call, 435-2041. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
How are you doing?
Not bad, not bad.
I listened the budget last week, where they, when the opposition leader was speaking, I heard him make mention about CES, CESS, which is COVID Economic Support Secretariat, yeah?
Yes.
You know, they are giving out money, which is grants, to different business owners, and new as well as existing businessmen, yeah?
Yes.
And I heard he was mentioning about the senator. You know, the senator is responsible for that. That's the young man that run for St. Mark's constituency.
Yes.
Queen's Britain, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And there is also a young lady there, I think it's Andrea Sembona. She was treasurer or is treasurer of the NDC party. I think both of them are there heading that committee or grouping to give out that money. And the way he was debating and running on that people, I think it's not good. I think it's very bad. The way he was speaking in Parliament about this young man and the lady who they put to head this financial organization. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I don't understand why people with experience and they say they is grandpa and they have experience and the way they get in and in Parliament, it baffled me. And the last thing I want to mention, the road in Granite and Balthazar, Granite and Birch Grove, I think they should work on the road and try and get it fixed before Christmas. Yeah?
All right, sir.
Yeah, have a nice day.
Thank you for your contribution also, 435-2041. Let's grab a couple of the comments from the Facebook comment section this morning. And Ernesto is saying, I happen to listen to the opposition leader, and what I take from the $140,000 that the opposition leader said that no monies came to his constituency means that he is distancing himself from where the monies went. In other words, throwing Mr. Cox under the bus. So that's a comment there. Let's go back to the phone line. When we come back, we grab some other comments from the Facebook comment section. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Well, good morning. I apologize for me to call you back. No, I don't normally do that. Please. Somebody just called me and gave me that information. They said that, as I said, I don't understand why and what. Now, the person said to me from the grapevine, the transaction was done, and a husband of the minister, is a police officer, and he was in charge of that, and he was supposed to get rid of the evidence. Hence the reason why they were sure, and they were saying, bring the evidence, because they were sure that the evidence was destroyed, but only to know the guy either refused to destroy it or he didn't get the chance. So I get my answer.
Okay, caller, thank you. Thank you so much there. And 435-2041. 435-2041. Not much comment could be made about that. Let's see what other comments are there via the Facebook page this morning. As we move on through, it's to the point, open line edition this morning. Let's take another caller. Caller, good morning. How are you?
Oh, good morning, GT. Glad you're feeling a bit better.
Yeah, I'm good.
Excellent, GT. My contribution today, with regard to the $500 to be paid to the nurses.
Yes.
Which I think it's a nice incentive. I am a retired registered nurse myself, a Grenadian, and the nursing profession is predominantly women, young women, who start off their careers working their way through the different disciplines, as well as trying to decide which area of nursing that they wish to go into. I went into midwifery. Others may go into orthopedics, pediatrics, etc. At the moment, there is a global shortage of nurses. So how do we try and keep the ones that we train in Grenada? I was standing in a line in a bank in the south of the island recently, and I got chatting to a young lady who is a trainee nurse at SGU, and already her sights are set for once she qualifies to get on a plane and go abroad. I know the big countries are recruiting nurses. We've seen nurses from Barbados recently, Dominica, St. Lucia, and they are targeting the Caribbean. And generally, as I said, the nurses are predominantly young women. We don't have many male nurses in Grenada, and I don't know if it's something that could be encouraged. But they've had male nurses from the Philippines, from India, from Pakistan, and it's something that maybe we could look at. And then once they're qualified, they should probably be given a permanent contract if they wish to stay, but put some tie-in clauses to keep them in Grenada for at least a couple of years to give back to Grenada, because already, as I said, that trainee nurse was nearing completion, her training, but already she was looking to get on a plane and go abroad because what she feels that she's going to be paid isn't going to be sufficient to give her a good quality of life. So my encouragement to the government is to look at having maybe regular training sessions. We had maybe two sets of trainees every 6 months.
Yes.
But then, it's what do you do to keep them here? Because they're young, the world's their oyster, and it is really a challenge.
All right.
So that's my contribution. But I think the $500 is a good start. And hopefully we'll try and attract more of our young people into nursing, male
and the key word
female.
is always offer the proper incentives. You understand?
If they get the incentives, and also in the bigger countries, you have the choice to move around to different hospitals and gain experience in different fields. But it is a challenge. It will be a challenge here.
All right.
I think we just need to look at people who want to take on nursing as a profession, not just something as a stepping stone to go abroad, for example.
All right. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning, caller. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. Thank you.
445-2041, 445. And let's take this statement here, or comment from that's Dan Rag out there on the Facebook page this morning in the comment section. He's saying Grenadians are too unforgiving and dishonest themselves. Don't play like we are so perfect. Most of these people making nasty comments do not understand how government works. No one could steal money from the Grenada's consolidated funds that easy. The bitterness would take anyone. It would take anyone of all you, as we would say in local talk, to heaven. Would not take anyone of all you to heaven. And what I am sure, the wickedness will carry a price to take you all to hell. Let's get another phone call in. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Oh, yes, good morning to you, and Susan, good morning to you also.
Same to you, sir. How are you doing?
Quiet,
All right.
Have a great day. Now, I'm sure some people might have a better appreciation of why I used to be mentioning leadership, rules and responsibility, paying attention to the economic development or financial development of the citizens, putting people to work. Had things done in a different way based on the information we get, in particular to the social programs, we would not have this expansion of seed and all the other social handouts we have there. Because I pointed this thing out for quite a number of years, that all was not well, as at least how we was handling the economy, handling the growth of the economy and handling the employment sector. And so this will give people a better understanding of why I was pounding on management, leadership, rules and responsibility, because it has been highlighted now. No one could argue what happened in the past. It's plain to see now.
Mm-hmm.
It's maintained the status quo. And that's what caused us to be in that situation today. I hope the new administration take a page out of that and don't walk back that way. The social programs should be narrowed instead of widening. Have a great day, sir.
You too, sir. Have a good day. Have a good morning. 435-2041. Let's take another comment from the comment section this morning. And we see a listener is chiming in on, of course, a statement that was made by the previous caller, where she spoke a lot about nurses. And he's saying that new nurses should be made to serve this country for at least 5 years after training before leaving for employment outside. And he's chiming in on that. 435-2041. I think I got my phone a bit disengaged there for a bit. 435-2041. And I think after this call, we're going to take a break because we already due for a break in this segment. Let's take this caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome. How are you?
Hi, good morning. How are you doing?
Not bad, sir. Go right ahead.
All right. Listen, I'm listening to the opinions about the nurses. Now, as healthcare professionals in Grenada, the situation is very terrible compared to the rest of the Caribbean islands and the world. Salary scale is the lowest compared. The work environment is terrible. One example is Princess Alice in Maribor. How after 20 plus years can you have one doctor on duty running a hospital That doctor is not a registrar, which means below a consultant. There are no consultants. There are no interns. And that same physician has to attend to a maternity ward, has to attend to emergencies where you can have 3 emergencies happening at the same time, and 1 emergency can take an hour. So to all the physicians and nurses around the world, this is impossible to work in. Yet still, people are doing it. And where are the leaders? Where is the CMO? Where is the medical director? This still goes on after 20 years. Have you ever visited a health center? No air condition, no computers to work with. We are still writing names on papers. A system was established to document names on the computer. Up to now, it's not functioning. So we are way behind on a scale of 10. Health is 2 out of 10. And the 2 is because there are people that are still dedicated. So health needs to be priority and number 1. You are not going to get any physician or nurse from a foreign country to work in this country. Because when they ask for, give me a blood test, give me an x-ray, nurse, could you do this? They would not get it done because they are nothing. So please, I hope people are listening, but health has to be, waking up from the dead.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, also, caller, for your contribution this morning. Let's take a break. We're coming back with another segment of To The Point. It's an open line edition this morning. We're coming right back.
COVID-19 spreads from person to person through the droplets that are produced when someone coughs or sneezes, which makes it easy to spread between people in close contact. Now let's get prepared to stay healthy. To reduce your chance of catching or spreading COVID-19, practice these simple everyday preventative measures. Droplets can also land on surfaces, so ensure that you wash your hands frequently for a minimum of 20 seconds or sing the happy birthday song twice. Avoid touching your face, especially your eyes, nose, and mouth. If soap and water are not readily available, use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer with an alcohol content between 60 and 90%. 70% is ideal. When you cough or sneeze, cover your nose and mouth with a flexed elbow or a tissue. Dispose of the tissue immediately and then wash your hands. If you notice someone has a fever and cough or other symptoms of respiratory illness, avoid close contact when possible. Let's all do our part to ensure that each and every Grenadian remains healthy. Our health is our collective responsibility.
You mentioned the wing high, then you have things like manumos, post combat, We have the low holder.
It is kind of like the same man, and it's just different name for the same kind of thing.
And last but not least, I just want to say to all the men who saw me, call me, and ask for piece of cake. I'm baking this weekend.
Join us Fridays at 8 on GBN Television, K105 FM, GBN's Facebook page and YouTube channel for We Culture.
Vaccine safety is always a top priority.
Welcome back, listeners and viewers, To The Point for today, Monday, and it's an open line edition. Let's go back to the phone line as we entertain another caller. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Greetings to you.
Same to you, sir. Good morning.
Colin, I have 2 points. One,
that's a female.
For the senior citizens of our country. Years now since I've been lobbying for the senior citizens on that point. After we gave all our lifetime service to the country, when we go to the general hospital to get blood tests and x-ray, we have to pay for our tests. people like doctors, nurses, teachers, and other civil servants. I think when we reach past the age of 60 and we go to the general hospital for care, we should be allowed to get free care. And somebody should look into that years now, and nobody seems to be looking at us senior citizens and checking on we have to pay. And another thing that happens when you go to a private doctor and you take your prescription to the government pharmacy, they don't give you your medication. They say they don't dispense medication for people going to private doctors. But sometimes you work together with some of the doctors who are not private doctors. And because they know you and you work together, they give you free attendance. It's not that you pay for the attendance, but when you go to get your medication in a government pharmacy, they refuse to give it to you. I think all these things should be looked into. And another thing, the travel, or how they call them, when they are on the road walking, they are also sent to cutlass the grass in the river. I think the bush in the river, along with the stones, should be left untouched so that when we have flooded river, it takes a longer time for the water to flow down and damage the lower parts of the country. Instead of sending the travel to walk the river, I know they have to walk and get money to take care of their family, but can they not send them to the government wastelands to walk and plant so that they can have food to eat and to sell to take care of their family instead of wasting government money to go and walk river? Thank you very much.
Thank you also, caller, for your contribution this morning. I think initially I said sir, but it was female, so my apology for that. 435, thank you so much for your contribution this morning. 435-2041, that's the number to get on To The Point this morning here on To The Point. That's the number if you want to get on. Let's take a quick peek at some of the comments via the Facebook page this morning, and looking at some of the comments is just brings a smile to my face. And let's take this one. This one is saying that some Grenadians are very easy to be fooled. They like gossip because they refuse to educate themselves and to be wise. Most of them do that. Who do that? Those that have nothing, have no schooling. Well, I'm not sure if it's right to be saying that about our fellow Grenadians. Let's take another comment this morning. No, a Grenadian once said he knows that whatever, and I don't think I will continue reading that comment there on the air. Let's go back to the phone line. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning, GT.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to your listeners. I have a concern. Sorry, my phone is noisy. But I have this concern, re-health, right? Now, from time to time, we have specialist doctors coming to the general hospital or whatever, right? I want to understand the rationale behind giving over sometimes 30, 40, 50 persons an appointment for one day, the same hour, and that specialist has to also go to the hospital to take care of the patients there first, right? So during the time that specialist has to be taking the appointments, that specialist first and foremost has to check the wards for persons who may have that particular complaint. So these patients, they come first. After that, this specialist will go to check on the persons who have appointments, and it's usually 20, 30, 40 patients. Well, I don't want to call them patients, but persons who needs to see the specialist. During that time, if there is an emergency in the hospital, that specialist has to go to attend to that emergency. I am not understanding who makes these kinds of arrangements. Perhaps there is a rationale for it. I would really love to understand what's the rationale behind. Now, I know that sometimes they come from abroad and they need to see as many persons as possible. I understand that. But tell me how 20 or 30 persons to see a specialist is rational. Somebody who knows can please explain it to me. Thank you.
Thank you, caller, for your contribution also this morning, and certainly do understand where the caller is coming from. You know, sometimes you may not be able to give everyone that individual attention that they may need to get, knowing that the number of individual that you may have to attend to, and then plus there's also that of a part of the process that you have to deal with also. Could be true, but sometimes that particular specialist may be able to handle it. But I do understand the concern there by the caller. Caller, good morning, welcome.
Good morning. How are you doing, brother, man?
Good morning to you, sir.
A friend sent me a picture last night in St. George's, looking at the lights.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, what are you showing me that for? You know how I feel about that? Why do I have to go to St. George's to see lights, to feel Christmas? What happened to the countryside? Most people are scared to put Christmas lights on their house because of the bill, energy bill.
But they are battery-operated lights these days. You know that, right?
Well, I didn't know that. You just telling me that.
They are battery-operated lights.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's good. But I'm just saying that we should have some place in St. Andrews, St. Patrick's, some park or something, even Batway could be a place we can just lit up and have it beautiful so that we can go there and enjoy the lights. People from St. George could even come up and enjoy the lights. What I'm saying is that people are scared to put lights on their house.
But usually there used to be village Christmas tree lighting back then, right? Lots of that used to be happening before.
A lot of things changed now, you know. Yeah. But what I'm saying is that people don't understand how this thing works. Now, if you buy a generator and you put diesel in a generator and you start on that generator and you need to go to Grenville, but you forget to hook it up to your house, when you come back and that diesel in a generator burns out, who's going to buy it back? You have to buy it back. So you think when Grenlec put on the generator and you don't use that power that is sent to your house, who do you think is paying for it? You think Grenlec is paying for that? So the point is that the company have the wrong approach. The people have the wrong approach. We all paying for it, you know? So we have to use the energy. But the point is that people are scared because they're a bit too high. Because if you don't pay for it, they cut you off. So you don't understand, this thing go together. So this month, Grenada should have what you call a special in December. People get a reduction so they can promote this Christmas spirit. With the Christmas spirit now, businesses can open later in the night. People can go and shop. We can bring forth that spirit, that loveliness, lighting around people's house, and the dynamic of Christmas can share. The love what we used to have for Christmas should be there. It's not there.
Right.
It's not there right now, bro. It's just people just trying to watch around and see what's going on. Who have the money and the transportation to go to Tongue and look at lights in Tongue? Well, I would never do that. I would never go to Tongue to look at lights.
All right, caller. Thank you for your contribution this morning. Thank you so much. Well, you may not want to do it, caller. I understand from your personal point of view, but there are folks who will grab at the opportunity to do so. All right, let's take another call. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Morning.
How are you doing, sir?
Another thing that we hope that we have, could be obtained through the collective and collaborative efforts of citizens in the villages and the community and so on. For instance, there was a time when not many people went to Juve in St. George's. They stayed in the local communities.
Mm-hmm.
And after a while, everybody was rushing to town. Now it's been changing, although it's changing the day. The thing about it is that the change was done by people in the community, not that I support it, but it was done. are people in the local areas. So a lot of times we expect things from outside source and authority and authorities. And a lot of times we could do those things, but we have a culture where we discourage initiators, people who have vision, and so we discourage them and we shoot them down from the head. So I would think that maybe in the coming years we should try and value one another's contribution, so that when people come up with ideas, we would support it or encourage it and also defend it. We don't do that right now. Now, my substantive point this morning is in relation to two things. One, with the statement that the Prime Minister made in relation to the whole issue of violence and crime, or crime and violence, and which he kind of confirmed what I was saying for years about some parts in Trinidad will come here eventually. I don't mean physically, but the behavior. And he asked the question, do we really want to see that in our little island? He said this. He said that there are some parts in Trinidad where the state, and I thought he was very clever when he said the state rather than the government, the state doesn't have little or no control over. And to me, in some places like here, we're beginning to see some aspect of lawlessness. I mean, we have seen lawlessness for a little while. You go by the market, you go by certain places, lawlessness abound, the street, the sidewalks and so on. And we need to really arrest those situations, otherwise it will go out of hand. Last night I was in a conversation with Dr. David Mohammed, and he had some very interesting things. It's very intriguing that he's so fond of Grenada. He has he holds up Grenada as a beacon, as a very possibility or an example that we could learn in terms of we have the lowest violence, crime and so on. And a lot of numbers, and I think when it shows that we don't really value what we have here. Other people come to see the value. And one I think you were saying that because of the ownership of the local ownership of entrepreneurship, although I think he had this part wrong. I think that, as I said to him, one of the things that have us going still is the Africanness in us. We are African, and people are most of the time cooperative. That's why we have the SUSU. That's why we used to look after each other. That's why up to now, thanks to other folks I'm alive right now, because I am not able to, I don't have the means of earning for my own. Because of all that was done to me over the years, and then I'm past a certain age and that kind of stuff. But, if it wasn't for good folks, I would be probably dead. So we have to celebrate those things, okay? Celebrate those things that are positive about us. And especially at Christmas coming, we need to reflect, not out of charity or out of, sorry for him or sorry for her, but out of the fact that we are happy to encounter each other at this point in existence. Finally, GT.
Yeah.
In terms of the issue in the air, I think that the government has to be cautious in moving forward to make sure that when the legal thing or when the cases are presented against those folks are able to stick and they can't come and win on technicalities. Thank you very much.
All right, sir. Have a good morning. Let's take a break here. We come back in the final segment of the program. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
You're already... one day I woke up and, you know, they painted a set of pedestrian crossing all along the streets. You know, nobody told us how to use that thing properly.
I know how.
You're serious?
Every safe, good driver knows about these things. As a driver, you have to be very attentive. You know you're coming up close to a pedestrian cross, you start slowing down immediately, looking to see if there's any pedestrian on the side getting ready to cross. If there is, you stop on the line that is a certain distance before the crosswalk. Then you would see the pedestrian put their hands out, looking directly at you, indicating that they are going to cross. And only when you have come to a complete stop, that is when they will quickly and safely cross to the other side. And then you continue happily on your journey.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact, wait for pedestrian to cross. Then you happily continue on your journey.
This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
Welcome back, listeners and viewers. The final segment of today's program on To The Point. It's an open line edition, and your phone calls are welcome. Just the final 8 minutes or so left for your calls and stating your views and make them this morning here on To The Point. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Yes, good morning to you, and sorry for stealing somebody's this time. But I want to remind us as a citizen that a country is run by commerce, through commerce. And all the things that we see in there from way back when had to do with commerce, the level of commerce. Remember, we have a small population. We have high cost. And if the economy is not expanding to create commerce, we will have this problem. So as we discuss, we have to be pointing out, maybe giving the government some ideas of how to expand commerce, how we could get this economy moving, what we should do to create more jobs, higher wages, so that revenue could flow. It's not just saying that this, that, or the other will happen. It must happen through commerce. And if we cannot get commerce going at a level where revenue will flow, then we'll have a problem. So the government have to deal with, number one, infrastructure, that will cause some expansion, you know, lower costs, lower taxes, etc. That will increase commerce. Because that is where the monies have to flow, even for the government and for private people.
All right. Thank you, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. 435-2041, 435. Open line this morning, giving you that option to call in and state your views and concerns. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Yes, Mr. Telephone, good morning, and I'm happy that you are much better.
Yeah, I'm good.
Mr. Telephone, on your station, there usually be an ad from, I think it's Clark's Court. And, well, regardless of whether it's Clark's Court or any other, but it is about alcohol. And it is said that alcohol is a spirituous liquor. Sometimes we say things and we do not think it has implication. And in the end of that ad, it says that alcohol is the true spirit of Grenada. I want to rebuke that in the name of Jesus, and I want to decree and declare that the Holy Spirit of God is the true spirit of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. So I rebuke that ad, I rebuke the statement in the ad, and I declare that Jesus is Lord over Grenada, Carriacou, Petite Martinique. He shall remain Lord, and the Holy Spirit is the true spirit of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique.
Thank you,
God bless you and have a blessed day.
You too, have a great day yourself. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's the number to get on To The Point this morning. Open line edition. And let's go back. I'm smiling at some of the comments via the Facebook page this morning, so forgive me if you see from time to time you do see a smile on my face. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Tillisford. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
This one is for the ministry and the Minister of Tourism. We had two boats yesterday, a small one and a big one. The big one left 11 o'clock. Me and some friends were sitting in front of the mall, and the tourists and some of them coming around. They want water. They want to know where they go get up there, and the place locked down. I'm wondering next time a boat coming in and have to leave this hour, 11 o'clock, I would like the Ministry of Tourism to have a little entertainment in front of the mall. Like we in the Christmas season, they could bring in a band to play Christmas carols because the people didn't want to go back on the boat yet. They wanted to hang around. They could have some folks dancing, just as how they do it on the airport when the visitors coming in. They could organize something like that in front of the mall when the boat leaving that hour.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you for your contribution this morning. 435-2041. Roughly 3 minutes moving up before the top 10. And we continue to take your calls this morning. If you do have a comment that you would like to speak about, certainly give you the opportunity to do that. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm just calling for the program. I was listening the debate and otherwise, and this lady on the opposition side, that is Ms. Delma Thomas. I love what she speaks. She speaks very highly, you know.
Mm-hmm. Caller, you're listening to your whatever device you have in the background and it's causing you a bit of a distraction. So you may have to turn your radio or television off or turn the audio down when you're making a call on the program, please. 435-2041, 435-2041. We taking your calls. May have time maybe to accommodate maybe just about one more before we take a wrap for today's program. It's To The Point, open line edition, and it's opportunity for you listeners and viewers out there to call in. Go share your opinions, whatever that is relevant to issues that may be of concern to you, and you certainly have the option of doing so. And with that being said, just about 2 minutes now to go, so I think it's about time we could probably take a wrap for today's program. And I want to thank all who contributed in any way that you did, whether it was via a phone call, you called in, you made a comment via the Facebook page. Well, the WhatsApp was a bit off today, so I didn't get to view comments via the WhatsApp. So I want to thank you folks. Join us again tomorrow when we do have another program, and would certainly will award you another opportunity to call in and share your views and concerns. Thanks for all who contributed once again. Have yourself a pleasant day. That's where we take a wrap for today's program. All the best. Don't forget, coming up next, Mingle and Jingle here on K105. Stay with us, folks. That's how we say goodbye to our television audience and for To The Point for today. Goodbye.